Genestealers or space wolves? Genestealers or space wolves? Which am I going to do first? Which am I going to do first? I don't know. I guess I just don't. I don't know. I've got to do 2 videos. I guess I could just. What's that voice in my head? Just do them both at the same time? Alright, that's what we'll do. I'm Dave from Mob Rules, and this is a Tabletop Plus episode where we build a Genestealer and a Space Wolf and get it ready to paint. Alright, so the first step when you're building models, of course, is to get out your instruction booklet and find the parts that you want to do. For this one, we're going to do, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to cut out the parts really fast for the intercessor and for the Genestealer, and I'll have them sitting here ready for us, and we'll get them put together. All right, back in a little bit, and we're back. All right, so we've got everything cut out except for the special bits. So for this guy, I wanted to give him the intercessor, give him the fancy Space Wolf head. So taking my clippers and just doing a little bit here, rather than having you watch me cut everything out as I go along, I'm just gonna show you. So this is really simple. GW clippers. There's a couple different ways you can do it. Obviously, you can use a pair of clippers, GW or any other clippers from any other hobby store, or you can take an X-Acto if you do not have a pair of clippers. Limited funds and all that, which totally acceptable. So if you want to cut it out, you just lay it down on a cutting mat and line it up and pop it right out, just like that. Okay? And then there you go. You're all set. So throw that one back over there because I don't need it anymore. Have an extra shoulder pad. So this is from, just going to build up really fast. The first thing we're going to do is just glue the intercessor together. I built enough of them so I don't need to look at the rule book as I'm doing it. So I'm just going to build it really fast, and then I will speed this part up. You'll notice here that I've got a different base next to the Genestealer because I want it to match my kill team bases. So here we go. I'm just going to kick off here. I use Plastruct plastic weld. I think it's a fantastic product. So anyway, commence speeding up now. Sound optional. Set him down for a minute. Switch over to the Genestealer. So the nice thing about Plastruct is as you put it on, it makes a bond, creates a seal that can be moved a little bit while it's still soft. So if you don't like the positioning of something, say this leg, like I want this leg back a little bit more, and I do, I can move it back. So I cut the wrong arm. I'll have to get another arm. 1 second. Can you tell this is my first time making a video? It's my first time, be gentle. And we just put that in there. Bing, bang, boom. Now you may be saying to yourself, but what about that fancy thing on the bottom? Don't fear, we're gonna cut it off. And then we're gonna glue him right to this base. Meantime, we're gonna set him down and let him set up the rest of the way and go back to the intercessor, which has now had time to set up. Just one more thing to do, and that's give him a gun, which I think is going to be on this side. Give him that pistol action. Boom. Now, I'm going to let these dry up the rest of the way. Check these ankle plates to make sure that they're tight. And then we'll begin the arduous process of sanding them down using my fancy $2 file from the hobby store. And also we'll base them. Get that arm out of here, I don't need it. So this guy should be set up enough. We're going to start by just trimming away a little bit off the foot here. Just like that. Now we have a foot that is ready to take a peg. And we're going to drill in at an angle. And as soon as the intercessor is set up, we're going to drill out his bolter hole, because that's what you do. You need to go a little bit in, but not too deep, to get this pin. You can't really see it. Sorry, guys. So you might have noticed I'm not recording at my home studio today. There was a couple wild parties happening, and I needed to not be there while that was going on. So I bounced over to my work, did some work, and now I'm doing some of this for you guys. So we just cut the peg. I'm just using a paper clip and a pair of needle nose pliers that have this standard cutter tool on them. And then we're just going to take that, make sure it fits the hole. And it does. So we take a little cement or super glue, which I probably should have tipped over beforehand so that this part was faster. Oh, is it clogged? Nope, there it goes. All right. So now we find the peg, which I foolishly put down. Ah, there it is. And then we just put it back in there. And the super glue will hold it in place. Now we just figure out where on the base it needs to go. I'm thinking right here on this rivet, which makes it nice and easy. So we'll just hit that, punch through. And drill it out. And there's still super glue on the foot, so we're good there. So we just put it in and get him to wherever we want him. So the point of pinning him like that is so that he will stay in place. And got to hold him for a little bit, so I'm going to cut away for now, and I'll be back when I'm done holding him. Perfect. All right, he's done, and we're back again. So let's start off by doing this right here, which is to shave down this barrel a little bit, make sure there's no extra flash to get in the way when we drill it out. As you've seen before, you just find the center as best you can and start to drill. Now, this hobby drill is non-brand name. I got it from a generic hobby store, and I use it a ton. I suggest highly everybody get one. Okay, you can't live on the internet without drilling out your bolter holes. And then you come at it from the side, because there's a release hole on it for the explosive shot of the bolter when you're firing it at the enemies of mankind. And you just drill right on through. Very slowly, apparently. There we go. And I say very slowly because the last thing you want to do is stab yourself in the hand. And I usually take my knife just to make sure the hole is even all the way around, and looks good. There we go. Perfect. And with that, our intercessor is fully built, and so is our Genestealer. Now we got to wait for a little bit to get the plastrect to set up, but once the plastrect is fully set up, we can sand them down. And I'm going to do that. You know, you just kind of look at it. Any place there's loose spots that are raised up, you just hit them and knock them down. Make them nice lines. Don't forget about the mold lines that you're going to have. There's one right there. Usually one pass with these cheap hobby files is good to finalize them. Occasionally you may have to do something silly like take out your X-Acto and carve off a bit of extra plastic you may have left behind. And that's okay. That's all part of the hobby process and a ton of fun at the same time. So, there we go. Just be careful not to shave off too much as you're going along, because you know you don't want to. A couple spots here. You just want to smooth it out. Usually a line on the foot. There's a spot of flashback there where I just didn't do a good enough job. So I'm going to kick that out the rest of the way there. Make sure that my gun stays anchored while I'm doing it. So next time on Tabletop Plus, we'll be painting these guys up. So just sand them down and get your guys ready. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I've been Dave from Mob Rules, and if you like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Help us out. We're really close to actually getting paid by YouTube, which would be awesome. I mean, it's only 20 bucks a month, but that's actually what our operating cost is for the channel. So if you could hit subscribe and watch all the way through and watch again and just let it run a little bit, that'd be awesome. Anyway, I've been Dave with Mob Rules, and you can find any contact information you may be looking for us, myself, John, or Danny on this handy page that's just going to appear right now. Thanks. You guys have a great day.